Hello, good evening and welcome to Talca Park for this evening's Leinster Senior Cup semi-final between Shelbourne and Bohemians here at Talca Park. Game kicking off momentarily. I'm joined by the host of the 1895 podcast, Steve Duty. Steve, how are we getting on?
Good lads, thanks a million for having me again.
Pleasure as always. A nice crowd in for Leinster Senior. Steve, been a while since we've seen stuff like this.
Yeah, it is. I wasn't really sure of the crowd, and the weather took a bit of a turn there about an hour ago, so you're probably saying anyone casual probably isn't going to bother, but it's not bad in fairness. There's a decent balls crowd behind the goal, so that'll definitely help with the atmosphere, and yeah, hopefully you can get a decent game.
Yeah, the weather has been somewhat, I don't know how to describe it, probably the way we used to describe football, Steve. It's summer football, and it's never really the kind of weather you want, but we're here, we're live on YouTube instead of League of Ireland TV, so for anyone tuning in, thanks. But a big game nonetheless. Bows with a much changed side from their loss away in Sligo 3-1 on Friday evening. James McManus, I suppose, the one name to be, I suppose, reckoned with from a Bows point of view. He has had a good season so far for Bows, featuring many games in the league. Other than that, Steve, it's a fairly unknown.
Yeah, it's effectively the Bows 19s as far as I'm aware, so look, it's the type of competition you either go one way or the other with it. You look at it as a trophy and as an opportunity to maybe get a bit of silverware, or you go the other way and you give young lads an opportunity. It's just interesting that Bows went strong in the first round in their win. I believe it was against North End. They were very strong in that game. Then in the following round they kind of had a mix, and now they've gone fully with 19, so maybe Declan Devine was just eager to get a win under his belt at the start. That's why he went so strong. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Good learning curve for the Bows lads, definitely, and points to prove for an awful lot of the Shells lads.
Could it be a case of, I suppose, the team looking to bounce back? I believe someone said earlier that the first team was training during the week as well, so, or today even, excuse me, so could just be a case of things clashing and maybe this comes second after a loss in Sligo.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Like it's that time of the season as well for ourselves and Bows. I'd say that you're looking at getting a run together with every other club being in Europe that's above you, so you probably don't want to risk an injury. I'm surprised James McManus is playing, to be honest, because he's been a standout performance-wise for Bows the last little while. So I am surprised to see James McManus playing. He's a talented player. I was lucky enough to see him play a lot as a schoolboy at St Kevin, so he'll relish this game. There's no doubt about that. Yeah,
we'll take a quick run through the Bows side before we look at Shells. 16-year-old Joseph Collins in the goal for Bows, Finn Cower-Gray, Darren Adewale, Ruan Kane, Kane Bourne, Billy Gilmore. And Shells are on the attack early on. Janadu with the clearance. Into the return of Luke Bourne today. As I said, James McManus, Nixon Ockerson, who did feature on Friday against Sligo, Taylor Mooney and Jack O'Reilly complete the Bows lineup. From Michelle's point of view, Steve, young Dottie Fowling in goal, replacing the, how would we put it, the Love Island entrant, Scott van der Sluis. This was one of his competitions, big game for him.
Yeah, I wonder who gets the medal if we do manage to go all the way on this one. But yeah, look, it's a great opportunity for Dottie. He's been playing really, really well. He plays for the Irish schools as well, so it's good experience, good opportunity, and it might make him a little bit more comfortable that he's playing against a similar age rather than more senior players.
Ockerson looking to take it on early on, and Bows have hit the post. And Bows with the early pressure here. Good play by Ockerson, and to shot in. And Fowling does well to hold on to it. Bows have started the better here. I suppose the big return in Shells' lineup today. Number 3, Conor Kane, returning. He's captain for Shells today as well, which I suppose is slightly surprising considering Luke Bourne's playing. But a big game for Conor Kane staying his return.
That's huge. So happy to see him back out there. I think it's 9 months or something like that since he did the injury. A horrific injury, one of the worst you're ever going to come across, and it's just great to see him back. And probably it's a sign of Luke Bourne's personality and temperament that he was more than happy to give up the armband and let Conor have his moment. But it's not just a token gesture. Conor's out there to prove a point and try and get back into the starting 11, because Tariq has been a little bit up and down, so it's definitely an opportunity for Conor as well.
Yeah, young defence otherwise for Shells, with Lewis Temple, David Torre in there, Cameron Edwards as well, still quite young. In midfield for Shells is Evan Caffrey, Shane Farrell, Jadakiki with Kyle Robinson And Bemi Ruby up front, Steve. A big night for the two lads up top for Shells.
Yeah, Kyle especially really struggled for game time this year so far. It's, you know, he seems to be a great option off the bench. He's got pace, he's good in the air, he's hit the post 3 or 4 times when he's come off the bench, but he's still really struggled to get much game time. And Bemi's been great in this competition as well. He's banging goals in for the 19. So yeah, big nights for the two boys as well to stake a claim to get into that first team.
Good play by Jaddy Kiki early on to put the pressure on Gennady of Bowes. Two very young sides nonetheless, Steve. Ball forward by Cameron Ledridge, and it was Shane Farrell making the run, taken down by the Bowes defender Keane Bourne, who took him down, but referee waves it on.
Didn't look a foul, I have to say.
We pour now into Evan Caffrey, who's featured in every game for Shelbourne this season. That's a lovely ball out towards Davitora, who places it into Farrell. Farrell plays the ball forward to Carl Robinson, but into the hands of Joseph Collins. Good play by Lewis Temple to step in, and Robinson has it now, but intercepted and falls to Caffrey, who's fouled by Taylor Mooney.
Just interesting looking at the team sheets beforehand and looking on FAI Connect that Declan Devine isn't actually in the dugout for balls at all. Probably just to keep that bit of familiarity for the lads that are playing. They're kind of in there with people they know, so it's interesting. A good test for those young lads. No doubt you'll see a few of them pop up around the league in the next couple of years. Even if it's not for balls, it's probably going to be around the league somewhere. So
I suppose there's a strange pressure attached as well for Shells, isn't it, Steve, with some of the senior players playing? Does it add that bit more pressure considering they're against this young side?
It probably does, yeah. And the other thing it definitely does is it takes the pressure off balls a little bit, because if you are beaten, you know, you have the out nearly of, oh well, look, you kind of put the kids out. But yeah, it's definitely it's Shell's game to go and win, going by the two starting 11s, but it's not always that easy.
Bowes fans won't want to lose this side, won't they not? It's into Luke Bourne now. He gets it to the returning Conor Kane. Luke Bourne with a nice switch out to David Torre. He's going to look to contest that. Torre now on the ball. Another player who struggled with injury before, Steve, isn't he? Does really well here. Into a Ruby. Ruby now still has it. Farrell would cross in. Into the hands of Joseph Collins of Bowes. Good pressure by Shelbourne.
Yeah, it's a good move. Good move, patient, really good switch of the play, and David Torre involved early on. He had a stormer away to Dundalk earlier in the competition, so he'll be more than happy to be out on that right side. He'll cause an awful lot of problems, and he'll be hoping to pin back Darren Adewale as well.
Edwards now looks for Carl Robinson. It's a nice touch into Hikiki. And it's a hell of a tackle by Keane Bourne. Won the ball.
Full-blooded.
Big game for McManus as well in a way, Steve, isn't it, being the one senior figure for Bowes this season. Be looking to impress Devine, no doubt.
Yeah, the other players will be looking to him as well. He has the experience now. He's played in big games in the league already. Definitely those younger heads will be looking towards him for a bit of guidance today, but the type of lad James is, no problem. He'll take that on his shoulders.
Sorry, now back to Lewis Temple. Oxon forces a throw in. A few young lads on the bench for Shells as well, with Keane Doyle, Sean Cummins and Luke Brown as well, along with the experience of Paddy Barrett and Gerald Wilson and Mark Coyle. Be interesting to see if they're needed. Farrell goes in, and the young Bowes player, but referee waves play on. Look to Sorwin. Out to Ruby now, onto his left foot. Caffrey into Ledwidge. Ledwidge into Farrell, and Farrell with a ball out to Conor Kane. Looked at a bit of an audacious one, couldn't quite get to him.
Just on Bemi and Ruby as well, he scored such a wide range of goals for the 19s this year. He can do everything. He can poach, he can skin 2 or 3 players, stick in the top corner, he can stick a long range or in. He's really, really well rounded. So the more ball Bemmy gets, the better for this Reds team tonight.
8 goals in 10 games for the 19th this season. Steve 2-2 in the Leinster Senior Cup for Ruby. Hasn't quite got an opportunity in the Premier Division as of yet, but that's good play by Bowles now. And it just got away from Ockerson. Ledwidge was on the cover. Good opportunity for Bowles. Falls into the hands of Fowling. Duffer won't be happy with how easily they were cut through there, Steve.
No, he won't, and it's the two boys in the middle. I think it's Evan Caffrey and Shane Farrell are in there as a two, and Shane doesn't play there, and usually if Evan's in there, he has licence to go forward. Usually there's Mark Coyle or JJ Lunny behind him as a bit of a security blanket, so Evan might have to sit in there tonight and play that role, and maybe let Shane Farrell and Jad go ahead off him.
Temple back to Fowling, who plays it into Ledwidge now. Into Kiki. It's a nice turn, but slips on the turf. It's been a wet day here in Dublin. Surface will be soaked in anyway, so expect a few of that. The players like that as well, don't they, when the pitch is nice and watered?
Yeah, you want to have a bit of dew on it. It's never a bad thing. Makes it a lot easier to move the ball around. It's typical Tolka pitch is always a little bit bobbly, so I have to take care of that first touch.
Chatting to Bowles after Lewis Temple misplaced pass. A place in the final against Usher awaits the winner this time as well, Steve.
Yeah, you know what? Everyone will look at a final against Usher Celtic and they'll say, yeah, get into that final will be okay. Not that easy. I can tell you for a fact some of those Leinster Senior League teams are strong outfits. They can cause problems. They're talented players, so it's not a... I heard somebody earlier on say this is basically the final, but definitely not that easy.
Luke Bourne tried to switch it to Conor Kane. He tries to play into Kyle Robinson but slips. Bows are going to look to get rid of it here.
I think it'd be interesting if Bows do get a win tonight and book a place in the final. I don't think you'll see all these young lads in the final against Usher Celtic, because a few of those Usher lads would, not to be disrespectful, but they'd have a field day, I think, with some of the young lads.
Good physical side, aren't they? Kiki now. Touchline here, plays all the way back to Fowling. Shell's going to look to build up slowly. Luke Bourne now looks for David Toure, who's always offering that option. Toure now tried to get past Adewale, and it's O'Reilly back there to help him out. Toure now into Ruby. He's going to get the ball in. Fell to Robinson awkwardly and couldn't quite direct it towards goal. Ockerson now.
Position of Conor Kane, seeing that danger going the other way, really quick to react.
Conor Kane now into Kiki to Ledwidge. Caffrey. Shell's happy to hold on to it for a minute. Ledwidge, Hakiki. Ruby, this is nice from Shelbourne. Hakiki now intercepted by Janadu. Bows are going to look to break here. O'Reilly up against Toure. Toure tidies up well.
Yeah, it's important. That's two wing backs now for Shell to both come up well defensively when the ball turns over like that. David Toure's had one, Conor Kane had one on the near side here. Just seeing that danger, cutting it out, is important because balls are away otherwise. be a long night for Nixon if he keeps going like this. You can see he's throwing the shapes around already. The chasing he's doing.
See what Shell's be looking to do as well, Steve, aren't they? Looking to tire out the young opposition and pounce that way into Toure now on the right flank, excuse me. Back to Luke Bourne. Pass out to Kane, and Kane into Kiki. Linesman flags for an offside. Kieran Kane gets back on the way into Joseph Collins. Into Kane Bourne. Bowles going to look to maybe hold on to the ball for a few minutes. Kane now again. Goes long for Janadu. Kane and Ledwidge deal well with it there. A lot of experience on that left side for Chelsea.
Yeah, there is.
Bourne with a mistake, and Janadu now with a ball across. And Bowles with the chance. Unlucky. It was really good play by Billy Gilmore. And Robinson now is going to look to release a Ruby up against Kane Bourne. It's a good chance for Bowles there. Really well played around the box. Luke Bourne forced into a mistake and they nearly pounced. Into Jack O'Reilly now. Into Gilmore now. Now to Janadu, who's looked lively so far. Gray on the overlap and into Janadu now. Gets the ball in. And again, Bowles looking decent on the attack here. Kane into Robinson now. Couldn't quite keep it in. And
Lewis Temple's dealt really well with a couple of balls into the box there. He'd be happy to get those couple of clearances under his belt and grow into the game a little bit. But Shell's just very open. I think it's stemming from in front of that back three. As I say, Evan Caffrey hasn't really played that role this year, so I think it's a little bit easy.
It'd be interesting to see now if Bowles were to capitalise on one of these chances, Steve, what way Shells would play, considering it's the usual stuff from them. But Luke Bourne comes across now. It's a nice little ball into Kiki. Kane looks for the run of Robinson and Arubi, but into the hands of Joseph Collins. O'Reilly now. Adewale does well to get past Farrell and plays a safe ball back to Kane Bourne. Good play by Robinson, but finds his way to Taylor Mooney again, and Bowles happy to have it out to Adewale. Toure now into Caffrey and back to Toure. Into Temple now.
Very little movement in front of the back three. It's very static and still. And
Shane Farrell dropping very deep as well, Steve. It's interesting. I think Shane, he's kind of slotted in everywhere, hasn't he? But he finds himself very deep here with Toure, the one being the further option on the right side.
Yeah, they've got a bit of joy out of David Toure over the top so far. So that's probably why they've pushed him right on. As I say, it just occupies that full back then. Might give Shane a bit more space to operate in behind him then. But stuff like this is criminal stuff.
Shell's being forced into mistakes again. It's good play by Janadu there. McManus.
It has to be said, it's the energy of the balls. Players so far has been really good. They've put Shells under an awful lot of pressure, not made it easy.
Mooney now to Janadu, who gets past Luke Bourne. Bourne forced to clear. Arubi now does well. The pass out of Wale. He's great running and he still has it now, Arubi. Up against Adewale. He still has it onto his left foot. Arubi Got the shot away in the end. Good play by him. Downey now.
Straight through the middle of the pitch. It's way too easy.
It's happened once or twice, hasn't it, where the keeper split the two strikers with a pass into midfield, and you don't want to be giving McManus so much time. But here's Toure now, and he gets the ball in. Cameborn clears it away, out for a Shelbourne throw-in. This is the case of, Caffrey, Farrell and Hikiki probably not being too familiar in these positions, having not played together, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe so, but it's quite basic stuff that's gone wrong so far. It hasn't been anything. Balls haven't had to work too hard to play through us. It's been you can see it from up here how obvious it is that ball through the two attacking players. It's very, very easy. It's just, I don't know whether it's a little bit lax. Maybe a couple of players seen the team sheet and said, all right, here we'll have a stroll in the park. That's what it looks like at the moment anyway. Balls are playing well though.
They look the more likely to score at the minute, Steve, which is worrying from a Shelbourne point of view.
Ever goal at this point.
Four shells into mistakes high up the pitch as well, which is, as you know, the last place where you'd want to be making mistakes, give away opportunities. But Bohs have done very well. This young side has done very well so far. Haven't given up a lot of opportunities. Gilmore now into Cameborn. Out to Adewale. Adewale clipped it forward for the run of Okason, and it looked like he might have been. He went down in and around Luke Bourne. I don't know if there was any contact.
They're coming together, I think they call that.
Temple now drives into midfield and into Toure, who's happy to take it on the turn. He does really well here, David Toure. Still has it. David Toure. It's a good play by Adewale in the end. Good play by Okason to win the free kick, and it's quick ball forward, cut out by Luke Bourne. Was looking for the run of Janadu.
Good pressure there from Jad Kiki. Much better. Bit of energy, bit of enthusiasm.
Good for Kiki, wouldn't it, to get a run of game. He's been in and out of the side since coming back from injury, but players, as we've said before on the 1895, full of ability, technical and off the ball pressing. He gives it everything every game, doesn't he?
He does, and Jad's been so unlucky. Even the nature of the injury he had, it's not there wasn't a hamstring or a calf or something that you can kind of not easily fix, but it's a common fix. He had a really unique injury, so he's just constantly in pain. So as you say, a run of games for Jad. Look, I think he'd catch fire, but for the time being, it's been a little bbit stop-start for him.
Ruby now forces Kane into a mistake up against Gray. He gets it back to Shadakiki, who's in the box now. Kiki with the shot over the bar, over the goal. Joseph Collins, but it's better from Shells. I think you said it yourself, Steve, about the lack of movement up front's been frustrating, hasn't it, from a Shelbourne point of view?
It has, definitely. You can hear the manager, Damien Duff, every now and again. He's not launching any rockets with his instructions. He was roaring there a minute ago at Shane Farrell, just run. That's all he kept saying. I think that was lacking there for a little period. It just game went really, really flat, and Balls looked a better team, but Shell's growing into it now.
It falls now to McManus, who looks for O'Reilly. Looks to get onto his right foot. Gilmore, McManus, Adewale, they're in a good position here. Bowes gets the cross in, and he wins the header as well, and it's in! And it's 1-0 to Bohemians. And Steve, it's exactly what they deserved.
Yeah, it's a really, really good goal. James McManus does really well around the edge of the penalty area. He's patient, doesn't just lump the ball in, slides it wide to Darren Adewale, and it's a great, great ball in. It's just in that area where Daithí Fowling can't come and get it. I think Cam Edwards will be disappointed he got caught under it, and it's a good header. Daithí Fowling just couldn't get there. Nothing less than balls deserve. Only one team looking likely to score in this first 20 minutes or so, and fully deserved.
Yeah, Shelbourne will be very frustrated with how they've begun here. It was a good cross in. It was good play by O'Reilly initially. McManus with a lovely ball out to Adewale, who picked it in. Farrell with the shot, just wide. Another Toby Janadu has balls 1-0 up here at Talca Park, the Leinster Senior Cup semi-final.
Been coming, you couldn't say it hasn't been. They've balls look far more likely, and it's a really, really good goal from their point of view. Just not strong enough in the box.
Joey O'Brien and Damien Duff deep in conversation over there. Steve, what do you think they're chatting about?
It's early in the game, but I'd say we're looking towards half time already and saying we're going to do a change here. The likes of a Mark Coyle maybe to come in, because the middle of the pitch has been a massive problem so far.
It's good play by O'Reilly, who gets a shot away, and it's 2-0! And that's a spectacular finish from Jack O'Reilly to make it 2-0 to Bows. And what a goal. None Daithí Fowling in the goal of Shelbourne could do.
No chance, pick that one out. Again, David Torre will be disappointed with his defending 1v1, but what a strike. 9 times out of 10 you'd be happy enough to let an attacker have a go from there, but what a bad finish.
There's no stopping that. It's a really good finish from Jack O'Reilly. This Bows side are really putting shells to the sword at the minute. Shells get back on the way with a long ball by Luke Bourne, but Bows on the attack again, and Okason onto his right foot. Playing with confidence now. It's a great tackle from Lewis Temple, but Bows and the Ascensi here, see, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Let's go play again. McManus into O'Reilly. Okason! Ledwidge clears just about.
Just couldn't move his feet.
Adewale couldn't quite get there, and Daithí Fowling goes long from the goal kick. Farrell wins the header. Robinson now has a Kiki, who tries to chip it forward to Ruby. Great tack from McManus to get Janadu away, and there's plenty of space here for Bows to attack. Janadu has Ledwidge on strings. Conor Kane can't get there either. It's out for a Shelbourne goal kick just about. Time for Cam Heads in the Shells. Cam Steve.
I'll tell you one thing, it's time for somebody to step up a little bit and give something, whether it's a tackle or a shot and goal or something, because at the moment it's very, very flat and it's not really doing much to help some of the players' cases who've maybe struggled for game time.
Luke Bourne now into Akiki. Akiki being one of those players as well, say, I suppose, who we were chatting about, you know, kind of being in outside. Farrell, Caffrey's played every game. He's been immense for Shell so far this season, but I don't think any of them have covered themselves in too much glory so far.
No, they haven't. That front two as well, Robinson and Ruby, I call them young lads, but they need to give a little bit more. Jad is dropping in, showing for the ball, that's fine, but you need something past them.
McManus with a lovely ball to O'Reilly. There was an opportunity here, and Kane on the cover clears it for Shells. James McManus running the show here so far. Toure struggling with Adewale. Temple blocks and it's out for Bow's corner.
Lewis Temple really good again. Lewis has probably been the standout for Shell so far. I would have thought he's defended really well when he's been needed, which has been a lot so far.
It's going to be Billy Gilmore to take this corner for Bows now. We're looking for a third. Gilmore takes, stands it up, and Akiki now look to break against Kane. Plays it back to Ledwidge. Toure goes long for Shane Farrell, and
Farrell was onside. He had turned away and stopped playing, and he was still onside.
good covering by Adewale as well. Not allowing Farrell time on the ball, but Toure now wins the header and into Caffrey, who looks for a Ruby. Ruby into Caffrey. And into Cameron Ledwidge now. Ledwidge into Akiki. Gets onto his right foot. Chad Akiki's in a good position here. Kane takes on Gray. Gets the cross in. Into the hands of Joseph Collins. Bowes again playing out through the Shells press, but forced it. Hoof it along to Luke Bourne. Gets into Caffrey.
It was better that time. David Torrey seeing the danger and he went into the middle and got his little interception in.
Fire now intercepts and into Akiki. Ledwidge into Connor Kane on this left side for Shells. Looks for Akiki. Akiki now looks for Temple. Lewis Temple into David Toure. To Toure again, who looks for Shane Farrell on the run up against McManus. He's in a position here, Shane Farrell, if you can find the ball. Akiki now, not a great touch, but gets a shot in.
Silly foul. Fairness, young Joe Collins was on his way out for that, and I don't really think he knew where he was. He was caught under it a little bit. Giving the cheap foul away made it easy for the young lad.
Adewale now with the ball forward to Augustin. And Adewale full-blooded again in on Caffrey, does really well. Finds his way to Luke Bourne out and he switches it out to Connor Kane. Gets past Shenadu and Kane looks to switch it to David Toure. That's a lovely ball out to David Toure now. Plays it back to Farrell. Caffrey now back to Temple. Goal before half time would be crucial for Shells, maybe, Steve.
Yeah, it would be. The longer the clock ticks on, the more you're given balls to hang on to. You know, it's a lot easier to keep running when you have that 2-goal cushion, and Shells need to come up with something. They need to do it fairly sharpish. And it's very easy to be very, very, very critical of the Shells players, and probably rightfully so, but Ball's been really, really good. Really organised. They haven't broken their shape often. They've been really, really good.
It's good play by Toure now into Shane Farrell. Farrell gets it in. Robinson's there, and it's in for Shelbourne. And Kyle Robinson gets the goal off the post again, funnily enough, for Robinson. But it's a finish nonetheless. Off the crossbar and in. Not a whole lot Joseph Collins could do, but it was good play by Shane Farrell, David Toure, all involved. Farrell clips it in. And Kyle Robinson was in the right place at the right time for Shelbourne to make it 2-1.
Crossbar again for Kyle Robinson, but it's the one time Shells have had a bit of urgency in that final third, a bit of quality in the final third, and look, that's how easy it can be when you just get your levels up a little bit, come up with a bit of quality and put yourself right back in the game.
What a touch there by Jadakiki, who's wrestled to the ground by Taylor Milne, but into Temple now. Big born out to Cameron Ledridge now. Looks for Jadakiki. Again, always on the half turn. Great jink ability. Shout out to Shauna Cook for that one. Into Farrell now, who looks for the runner Robinson. And Collins was out quick. Got in behind Kane Bourne, but into the hands of Collins. Conor Kane now into Caffrey. Caffrey into Farrell. He's livened up a bit. Luke Bourne with it. Away with a pass, but no one around to cause danger. And Temple now into David Toure. Bowes come out with it. McManus now into Milne. It's a nice ball out by Gilmore, but Kane's there to intercept. Caffrey looks for the run of a Ruby. Collins is out. And he does really well.
Did well in the end, Joe Collins.
Milne now, that's a lovely touch. Into Gilmore, McManus. McManus has led the team very well for Bowes, hasn't he, Steve?
Yeah, he's running the game in there. It's been really, really good, really strong. Used the ball really well. Played a big part in that first goal.
Milne now into Gray, who looks for Janadu. Bowes happy to keep it for the minute. Oxford does really well again to hold it up and gets into Adewale. He looks for McManus. Gilmore. Milne just about gets it out to Janadu. Has time and space to run at. Conor Kane uses Gray as an option on the overlap. Gray attempts to get the ball in, but second time around he doesn't. Caffrey clears to a Ruby and into Farrell now, and Shell's looking to build quicker here.
It's that one there.
It's the option in front of us, isn't it,
so many times Lewis Temple's been forced to have to go back.
That's really good from Shane Farrell there. Farrell's in the box. Shane Farrell.
Great ball.
Great block from Kane as well at the back post. It's a great ball by Temple into Toure, and Bowes again playing back to front really well. Oxon Akiki with a wonderful tackle. Bowes supporters looking for a free kick, but ball all day up here, and Caffrey Looks for Toure on the overlap on the right side. David Toure gets the ball in. It's a good ball. Robinson got a touch on it, but it was blocked by, I believe, Cian Byrne at the back post, and Shell's looking to get an equaliser before half time.
It's easy to look at that one and say Kyle Robinson should have done better, but it's good defending. He's done really well to get across, stayed with the runner. Kyle Robinson is quick over the ground, and the ball defender stuck with him really well, and good piece of defending.
Caffrey's going to take this corner for Shelbourne now. Caffrey with it. It's a good ball in as well. The kick is there.
Great chance.
Heads it over. A big chance for Shelbourne.
It's heating up now, this game.
It is.
It's turned into a decent game of football. And I know the atmosphere is getting better because I'm struggling to hear you now, so that's always a good sign.
It's a good sign for you as well, not having to hear me, Steve.
Wouldn't go that far, lads.
Now, Joseph Collins gets us underway again. Definitely livening up here. McManus now again finds a space into O'Reilly. Oh, it was Mooney actually. I think O'Reilly switched to this near side state for Bowes. If Gennady up against Toure now. Cian Byrne causing problems for himself there. Caffrey now back to Temple. And into Luke Byrne. Conor Kane now. Luke Byrne would switch out to Shane Farrell. It's a nice take as well. Farrell was looking for the one of Robinson. Didn't quite work out. Byrne now. It's a lovely ball into Mooney. He looked for the run of Gennady, but couldn't quite find him. Conor Kane back to Ledwidge. Into Luke Byrne. Byrne with a nice switch out to David Toure, and Shane Farrell's there. McManus was really well again. Just about get it away, Bowes. Ledwidge now into Conor Kane. In on his right foot, has Robinson for company if he uses him. Into a Ruby, but cleared again by Cian Byrne. Two lads at the back for Bowes have stood up well, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been really good. They're up against two physical players up there as well, Bemmy and Kyle Robinson. No problem throwing their body weight around, so been a tough test for them, but they've dealt well with it. Oh.
Gray went in on Conor Kane.
Strong tackle, mistimed. But you know, it's funny, I was thinking about this one earlier. It's an important one for Conor Kane. That's the first. Now, I'm sure there's been tackles in training. I know the intensity levels to be up, but it's important you get maybe clattered with one of them, and you know, you realise, right, I'm good, I'm back, I'm ready to go.
He's probably found it a bit tough out there so far, so he hasn't. The two wingers, O'Reilly and Gennady, have been quite good, but this is his first game back in a long time for Conor Kane.
Yeah, you know, it's a good test for him though. You know, you've young lads running at you with pace. It's what you want. You know, you need to go straight back in and get yourself up.
Caffrey with the free kick. Temple was one contesting it.
Never.
Toure now looks for Robinson, but Robinson not wide to it really, wasn't it? Not a while he's able to come away with it. Kane does well to win the header on O'Reilly, but finds way back to Marubi. Into Kiki. Looks for Caffrey. He does really well to lose. McManus finds Farrell in good position here. Shane Farrell out to Toure. Farrell looks for it on a return. Looks to win the corner here. It's good play by Janadu. Look, the linesman flagged for a free kick, and Shells have an opportunity again to get a ball into the box. It's going to be Evan Caffrey over it again.
His delivery's been really good tonight so far.
Really good against Derry as well, wasn't it? His delivery, apart from that one at the end.
Yeah, the one we probably needed him the most.
Caffrey now. So Shells be looking to hurt Bows. Caffrey with it. Let's go ball in again. Ledwidge looks to gain a yard of space. Cries of shoot from the crowd, and it's back to Conor Kane now. Kane back to Toure. Bows be happy with how they dealt with that. Caffrey into Temple. Kane now into Ledwidge. He's going to drive here. Still has a Ledwidge. Looks for a Kiki. Good play by Gray in the end, but Ledwidge forces the corner with Shells, and again Caffrey's going to try and swing it in and cause problems for this Bows defence.
Surprised we haven't had a ball put right in on top of Joe Collins. Young lad, he's only 16 years of age. So, I sound a bit harsh for me up here, but get a ball in on top of him, test him.
Looks like that might be the plan now. Referee having a word with Kyle Robinson, and looks like Rowan Kane here as well. Caffrey with the ball in. Dealt with it again from Bowes, but Kane out to Caffrey again. Caffrey on his right foot. Looks for Luke Bourne and couldn't quite get to him. Shane Farrell looking for the ball to Ruby, but one's out of play.
Yeah, it's unlucky. It's a good idea. And a good run from Bemi as well.
Just the one additional minute here in Talca Park. Bowes definitely the better of over for large parts, would stay.
Yeah, probably the first kind of 3 quarters of that half. Bowes much the better side, controlled possession, looked really composed, defending. Didn't really let Shells in much. Having said that, Shells were a little bit all over the place defensively. That kind of middle area of the pitch was a real problem, but kind of short that issue up now, and Shells will start to maybe show a bit of impetus.
And there we have it. Half time in Talca Park sees Bohemians 2-1 up. We'll be with you again in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to Talca Park for the second half of this Leinster Senior Cup semi-final. Shelbourne 1, Bows 2 at the minute. Substitution for Shells at half time, just the one. Luke Brown comes on for Lewis Temple. I think we were surprised at that, Steve, weren't we, at half time?
Yeah, I thought Lewis was having a decent game. I was corrected on that in the end, but yeah, look, it's a young lad for a young lad as well. It's minutes for Luke Brown as well, who's got some minutes last season as well, so he's obviously thought of well by Damien Duff, but it's much of a muchness really in terms of the change and in terms of the type of player the two of them are, so no major change in shape or anything like that just yet.
Looking at the second half here for Shells, apart from the obvious score goals, what do they need to do, stay in the second half to get back into it?
Just a bit more intensity. He was so flat in the first half. The level of press was poor. We were letting balls out too easily. No urgency really, and there was a chasm going through the middle of the pitch that was so easy for balls to exploit. So get on top of those couple of things makes it sound very easy, but just a bit more energy I think will go a long way. The ability then will come through.
Balls with a corner early on here for them make it 3-1. It's a good ball in as well. And Bourne won the header. It's cleared by Ledwidge. And out to Adewale, who takes a shot on. Fallon does well to hold on to it. It's into David Toure now. And into Cameron Ledwidge now. A big second half for some of these senior players, Steve, for Shelbourne.
It is, yeah. You'd be looking towards the likes of Shane Farrell, Evan Caffrey, obviously Luke Byrne, Cameron. Just need a bit more from them, and for those kind of younger bodies, if you're looking at the more senior players and they've been flat, you might start to think that that's okay. So definitely just need more. Not a bad start there.
It was a good idea by Caffrey, wasn't it? Farrell was flat-footed, couldn't get to it. Adewale with the throw-in now into Janado, and Toure was there to intercept, but it's out for another Bohemian throw-in. Now Robson challenged in the air by Bourne, and into Farrell now. It's a nice ball. He looks for a Ruby. Gray kept him onside. A Ruby still has it and wins the free kick for Shelbourne.
Really good work for Bemi Ruby. Good decision to stay on the ball, draws the foul. Another chance to get a ball in the box.
Good opportunity for Shelbourne again to get the equaliser. Caffrey's going to be over it. What has been a very, very good season for Caffrey since coming to Shells from UCD. 2 goals so far this season against Drogheda. Home and away. Was immense on Friday against Derry as well for Shells, so he'd be looking to cause problems for Bows now.
Yeah, you want the likes of an Evan Caffrey taking control of the game, taking it by the scruff of the neck, similar to what James McManus did in the first half for Bows.
Absolutely. Caffrey's over it. He gets the ball in, and Robinson's up, and he heads over.
He was up too early, just missed time to jump. Good start from Shells down in the second half.
Tackling options are limited as well on the bench, so it probably comes with the territory of the competition, but essentially could be a Ruby and Robinson to dig Shells out of this hole that they're in at the minute. Can they do it?
You like to think so. You're always going to look towards our attacking players to bail you out. I mentioned at the start, Bemi's been so good for the 19s this year. He's scored all types of goals. Kyle Robinson has always kind of had an impact on the game anytime he's played, so look, you would be looking towards him, but I think even behind that, the likes of Shane Farrell, Evan Caffrey probably need more out of the two boys as well.
Toure looking from the ball from Temple, and he receives it. He's in a good position now. David Toure, Adewale in a bit of no man's land. Farrell in behind him. Gets across and Adewale's there. Got a touch on it and into the hand of Collins. Good recovery from Adewale in the end. Edwards wins the header well, but falls to Bohemian's left back again. Was pressed by a Ruby, and that's really good play by a Ruby. Tried to take Adewale on, but falls back to Luke Brown.
Good battle on this side now between Adewale and Demi Ruby.
And Luke Bourne now looks for it. Farrell couldn't get up for it. Adewale cut it out again. Into David Toure now. Looks for Shane Farrell into Brown. That's a nice pass into Evan Carfrey, who switches it to Conor Kane. Didn't quite get enough on it.
Just the choice of pass from Ledwidge, I think, is wrong.
Bowes now with a chance getting in. It's into. And it's 3-1 to Bowes! And it was Taylor Mooney who found himself in a great position in front of the Shelbourne defence. And he slots it away to make it 3-1. Based on the balance of play so far in the second half, see, probably a bit unexpected, but fully deserved from a Bohemian's point of view.
Yeah, but Shell's on doing again. I mean, the switch of play was cut out by the Bohemians right back, and Connor came out a really clever run forward. Cameron doesn't see it or chooses not to go with it. Plays the ball into Jad Akiki, which was never really on. Jad gets nicked, and then you're all out of sorts. And what I will say, it's a really good finish from Taylor Mooney.
Lovely finish from the Bowes, number 10, to make it 3-1 to Bohemians. Big game for a lot of these young players, and they're definitely taking that opportunity by the scruff of the neck, Steve.
They are, yeah, they've been really, really good. Really impressive. Really good individual performances. They've been organised.
Kiki now into Kane. Into Carfrey now, who's pressed by McManus. McManus provided pressure well, but couldn't quite get anything from it. It's into Carfrey now. Ledwidge now out to Luke Brown. Shows out need a response here. Kane Moore does well. Referee deems it a foul. Farrell went down. Another opportunity for Evan Carfrey to get it in. It's going to be Carfrey over again. It's provided good crosses so far. Carfrey with it. Not his best cross that time. Ledwidge now. Kane hooks it back in. Into the hands of Collins. Very frustrating again from a Shelbourne point of view.
It's that area time and time again. We spoke about it in the first half. So open. I think even the likes of Mark Coyle in there, I think would do wonders just to sit in there and just not allow it to be so easy.
Yeah, McManus, Mooney and Gilmore are really having a field day out there so far. Mooney now hooks it forward, but no one in behind for Bowes. Ledwidge now looks for the run of Conor Kane. Touches it onto Kyle Robinson. It's good play by Gray there. But Kane nicks it off him into Shane Farrell now. Adewale does really well to get in front of a Ruby. Turay tries to keep it in. Couldn't quite do it. Janadu out there for company with him, and Bowes have a throw in.
I don't think anyone managed to get the ball under control over that far side. Conor Kane didn't have it under control. Shane Farrell couldn't get it under control, and then that was harmlessly out for a throw in.
Luke Brown wins the header well. Ruby now. Kane Bourne has done really well back there. Gray now plays the forward. Cut out by Ledwidge and Akiki into Kane. Luke Bourne now out to David Turay. Finds Shane Farrell and into Evan Caffrey now. That's lovely by Evan Caffrey. Looks for Conor Kane. Too much on him for him.
Yeah, I think a match sharp. Conor Kane gets to that ball, but it's good play from Evan Caffrey. More direct, which I think is what Shells need at the moment. It's a little bit too passive, too much side to side. Just sometimes a direct ball over the top, quickest way from back to front.
Bowles battling very well here. Brown now. Still with it into Ruby, who looks to take the shot on, and probably a bit naive there, Steve.
Yeah, it's a bad decision. They're going to get that. It's been the least of Shell's worries. I think Mark Coyle's getting called back here by Damien Duff.
Who comes on? Who comes off? Excuse me. One of the midfielders, or could it be a defensive shake-up? Maybe Farrell out for Conor Kane on that side. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Conor come out just minutes wise, but could really be anyone's head on the chopping block, to be honest. Nothing that surprised me.
Adewale does really well again to get in front of Shane Farrell. Janadu now. Okason, excuse me, with the tackle on Farrell. Farrell stayed down. Yeah, looked the sour on Farrell in the end, didn't it? Just missed time from Okason.
Yeah, he looks in a bit of pain here. He's underneath us. I can view him. Doesn't look comfortable.
Stay down, Farrell. And it would be very uncharacteristic of him as well. To stay down like this. Worrying signs for Farrell.
Yeah, it looked like an impact one just at the time. There was a Farrell clatter off, in fairness.
Does that maybe change the thinking of Damien Duff? If he's still bring on Mark Coyle, do you think it would be for Farrell, or would keeping Farrell on be in his best interest?
Probably not. I'd say any semblance of an injury for a first team kind of regular, I'd imagine he'd be whipped off straight away. There's probably no sense in leaving him in there. It's a fairly straightforward change. I'd say probably Mark Coyle would come in, Evan Caffrey would push a bit further forward, and Mark Coyle would be that anchor in there.
Yeah, Luke Brown gets back underway. Farrell's back on too, but he's surprised if he was to stay on. Kiki now into Kane. Again, the Shelbourne forward is very static at the minute. Ruby offering an option in behind.
Yeah, Bemmy's just constantly looking for it in behind. I'm presuming that's the instruction he was given to look for the ball in behind. Nobody's been able to find him. Like from here, it's difficult too. Knocking over the top, it's very straight, so you have more chance of a diagonal getting somebody in over the top.
There's not a lot of space in behind at the minute, is there? The Bows defender's very compact back there, offering up very little. Shelbourne probably needs to be a bit quicker on the ball, a bit more decisive. Board now into Luke Brown. And out to David Torre. This is where you want David Torre now. Finds Farrell. Tried to get it back into Torre and it falls away into a Ruby now. Gets it to a Kiki. Kiki with the left footed shot. Didn't quite catch it. And into the hands of Collins again. Farrell left one on Adewale there. He could be in trouble, Shane Farrell. Shane Farrell, who was very instrumental in the opening goal for Shells, the goal that got them back into the game. Very quiet since, and so he's gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about Shane, he's constantly been looking for the ball. He hasn't hid away from that, and maybe the quality with the ball hasn't been as good as you'd expect, but he hasn't shied away. That's one good sign.
Bourne now. He was a forward looking for it. Okason and Luke Bourne wins the header. Ruby now. Kiki now intercepts it off the Janadu misplaced pass and a Ruby. Looks for a Kiki again. Shell's trying to press forward away and it's good ball out by Luke Brown into Ledwidge, who's in a good position here. Cameron Ledwidge gives it to Connor Kane. Back to Ledwidge in the box. Robinson's there. Good block again from Rowan Kane. Caffrey.
It was a great move there. Cameron was brilliant. Cameron's first touch in midfield there was fantastic, set him away.
Brown out to Torre. David Torre opens up his feet. Not a great pass. Shane Farrell's there.
Super defending.
Sideways pass to Kiki and again Kane Bourne for Bowes. What a tackle that is. Because it looked like Kiki had the easy task of putting it away, but it was great block in the end.
Kane, Adam just got there, and it's a difficult one to defend that because you're risking, if you get a bit of contact in that ball, chance of an OG is fairly high. Great defending, great ball across from Shane Farrell too, and good play from David Torre. Just been up and down. Shell's been little glimpses like that, good move. Same on the far side there with Cameron Ledwidge and Connor Kane link, and there's been little spurts of it, just not enough.
Frustrating evening so far for Shelbourne. Caffrey again gets the ball in. It's good ball again. Oh. And it was a Bowes head. It was Janadu with the header. Narrowly avoids the goal and it's out for another Shelbourne corner. Caffrey over it again. Out to Connor Kane. Clips it back in. It's a good ball. Robinson's there. But again, Joe Collins in the goal of Bowes. Catches it. And it remains Bowes 3, Shells 1. Ledwidge nips in front of O'Reilly. Very little options for him. Into Kane now. Akiki on the half turn. It's good play by Jad Akiki. He wins the free kick. It's going to be a substitution for Shelbourne. And it's a Ruby going off from Mark Coyle.
Farrell will go more direct, I'd imagine. I won't say God love the first person Mark Coyle gets his hands on here.
It's going to be Jack O'Reilly off for Chris Latifa. O'Reilly with a cracker in the first half. 4 balls to put them 2-0 up at the time. Good shift from Ruby again. Steve just couldn't quite get that opportunity in front of the goal.
Yeah, worked hard, had some good link-up play. Couple of shots on goal, didn't really test Joe Collins, but yeah, I think Bemmy hasn't done himself any harm.
Carfrey's over this now again. Bowes again. Tried to get it clear that time. Akiki's there. Into Shane Farrell. And cries of handball from the Shells fans.
We actually had a great view. I don't think it was, in fairness. I do think he took it in the stomach. More concerned about the quality of the delivery, to be honest.
I'm surprised Farrell stayed on, Steve.
Yeah, I'd say manager's just giving him as much opportunity to try and make something happen, come up with a bit of magic, which, look, we all know Shane's capable of doing.
Into Luke Brown now. He's going to look for the run of Shane Farrell, but
it's too straight.
Dealt with by Gray. Ledwidge now into Luke Bourne. Lack of urgency from Shells at the minute. Renato Wale. Hughes clearance of fouling. Coyle now into Farrell's feet, who looks for the one of Kyle Robinson. Kyle Robinson's in here. Robinson around the keeper and he puts it in to make it 3-2. Shelbourne are definitely back in here. And what a pass that is from Shane Farrell.
Brilliant, really, really good.
And it's a really good finish from Kyle Robinson. Mark Coyle involved.
Forward, the difference it can make.
Robinson holds his run really well. Around Collins, puts it back into the net with Bowes. Shells still one behind here.
Funny how football works. Luke Byrne was roaring and shouting at Kyle Robinson to come and shout the feet there, and then little ball in behind, and that's what you get.
Shells putting Bowes under pressure here. Mark Coyle's 150th appearance as well, Steve, by the way, for Shelbourne. Not for Shelbourne, sorry, 150th appearance of football. He hasn't been at the club for that long.
Sometimes it feels like it has.
David Toure now on the right side into Farrell's feet. Oh, Farrell tried to get back to Toure. Good idea, didn't quite come off for him. And Adewale, I think Adewale's had a super game out there, Steve, or Bowes as well.
He's been brilliant.
I think in fairness to a man, Bowes have been excellent. I don't think they've done a whole lot wrong. 2 quality goals from Shelbourne to get back into it. Janadu now again, being chased by Kyle and Toure. And Toure takes him down. Goes into the book as well. About 20 minutes left here, Steve. Heating up nicely.
I It is set up for a good finish. Could be here a bit longer than or later than 10:15.
For those interested, should it end the draw, Steve, it would go to extra time and penalties. So if you've enjoyed listening to us, good for you. But if you haven't, it could be a long night.
That's what that big, huge mute button down the bottom of the screen is for.
Gennady back on his feet for Bowes, thankfully. Another good performance from him as well. In by Gilmore. Ledwidge clears. Mark Coyle chasing down Adewale. To Collins now. Gray. And Akiki's there with a tackle. Shells fans find their voice again.
It's the difference. Talking about senior players making a bit of a difference. Mark Coyle has run good, probably 50, 60 yards there, and encourages others. Jad Akiki's in the same boat, and then that's what we get of it.
It's Heffa now. Tries to take on Ledwidge, and he's putting him under pressure here, but Ledwidge plays back to Fowlin. Cainborn back to Collins again, who goes long. McBourne heads it clear. It's a tidy pass by Gilmore into Gray. McManus into Ockerson now. I was looking to hold on to it for the minute. Adewale wins the header again, and Gilmore back to Cainborn. He gets it back to Collins here, who clears. Toure does well on the turn. David Toure now up against Adewale. Still has it, David Toure. Gets the ball in. And it's off the post from Akiki. And Jad could probably have 2 goals today, Steve.
Really unlucky with that one. Does everything right. Sends the ball back where it came from.
Really good play.
David Toure down this side as well. Really good. Backed himself. Really good direct running. Bit of composure. And it's unlucky. Much better from Shelbourne.
Just took the words out of my mouth, Steve. It was a very good play by Toure. Jad Akiki now into Conor Kane. Back to Akiki. Akiki still with it, and he wins the free kick. Couple of tired legs out there now for Bowes, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. The intensity of this game will be different to what those lads are coming up against week to week with the 19s. You know, the standard's very good, the football's very good, but the pace, the physicality just goes up a level when you come up to senior football. That might just start to catch up on those lads now.
Caffrey now over it again. Cole Robinson attempting to cause problems here for Collins and goal of Bowes. Scored one similar here against Drogheda away, but he opts to clip it in. And it's out for a Shelbourne corner. Robinson and Luke Bourne were there, but couldn't quite direct it towards goal, and Bowes forced into an error, and it's out for a Shells corner now. Evan Caffrey to take it once again. He whips it in. Kiki was there again. Shane Farrell now in the box, clips in with his left foot, cleared by McManus.
Yeah, you can see now they're starting to tire balls. Important now for Shells to stay patient, keep doing the right things. The chances will come.
Yeah, Mooney was the one who cleared it long, wasn't it? Gray does well with it again. Okay, now into Mark Coyle, into Jadakiki. Gilmore has worked tirelessly in there for Bowes, but opts to go long with it again. And Ledwidge will try and build up for Shells again as Mark Coyle clips it into Conor Kane now. Not far side for Shelbourne. One with the switch to Davitori there. It's a good take as well. Caffrey switches it to Conor Kane. Kane gets across on his right foot. Robinson's there. Ruan Kane does really well for Bowes to not let Kyle Robinson get a touch on it there, and it's good defending from Bohemians again.
Ruan Kane's done a great job of just being in that 6 yard area. He's defended it so well. That's 3 or 4 of those now. He's been there in the right place, the right time, getting those little clearances. He's had a really good game.
Conor Kane fighting space on the left hand side as well. It was good play by Shelbourne, but
bit of a schmuzzle in the box.
Caffrey with it. And good play by Collins there. He got a hand on it. And it's a penalty to Shelbourne.
It's rash, it's tired, it's... You just... I think he rushed of blood to the head maybe for Chris O'Keefe, and it must be said Shane Farrell done really well to buy the penalty as well.
It's a substitution, Chris Letzefa, wasn't it? With the foul on Farrell. Shelbourne have a chance now to make a 3-0. Shane Farrell's over it.
All this nonsense here in the edge of the box is going to suit balls down to the ground. Jockeying for position in there.
Shane Farrell up against 16-year-old Joseph Collins in the goal of Bowes. Big moment for Shells, big moment for this Bowes side. Shane Farrell puts it away, and it's 3-3 here in Tolka Park. And Shelbourne are right back in it. Bowes are going to make substitutions here as well. It's going to be young Billy Gilmore off.
You enjoyed that one, Shane Farrell.
For Daniel McGrath.
Shane Farrell is having a great time.
And it's going to be Nixon Okason off as well for Peter Grogan. And Steve, what a game we've had here on a miserable Monday evening.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a cracker of a game. Any neutrals who are brave enough to tune in being treated to maybe not a quality game, but incidents galore.
Shelbourne 3, Bohemians 3. Just over 10 minutes left.
Kind of struggled to keep up with the smoke, I'd say.
It's forward now into the hands of young Joe Collins.
Just from Michelle's point of view, we've got to keep doing the right things here, not get caught silly going the other way.
See, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not someone who wears glasses, but I can barely see a thing here.
Need to get a pair of these X-ray glasses, that's what.
Collins now goes long. It's into McManus now. Clips it out to Janadu. Kane Bourne. Gray with the quick throw in for Bowes. Definitely still a chance here for Bowes to nick it as well, Steve.
Say that again, lad, sorry. Lost you there.
I said definitely still a chance for Bowes to nick it as well, isn't there? It's definitely not over yet.
Oh no, definitely not.
Shells definitely for the minute need to stay switched on.
Definitely, yeah. Look, you can easily give up a silly free kick, just switch off for a second and you give chances up. Shells just need to make sure they don't do anything rash.
Call now into Ledwidge. And into Luke Bourne. Coyle again. Luke Bourne looks to switch it now to Conor Kane. Gets a Kiki on the overlap. Up against Gray. Conor Kane with the ball in. Kane wins the header. Bourne clears with a header too. They've been disappointed in many ways about Bowes to have conceded 3 today, and haven't been in the position they were in, Steve, but they've certainly acquitted themselves extremely well today.
They've played really well. I think just maybe, as I say, the bit of quality has kind of come through with Shells. Like, see that second Kyle Robinson's goal when he rounds the keeper, like, it's good quality. It's a great ball from Shane Farrell. Just, it's one of the few times they switched off through the middle of the pitch, balls, and that's what will happen. But in terms of like 2 sets of staff, the ball staff will be way happier with the way the game's gone, regardless of the final result. You know, there's an awful lot of encouraging performances there from the ball's point of view, and look, there's positives now coming out for Shells. Mark Coyle's had a huge impact on the game since he's come on. Luke Brown's been very, very solid here as that right-sided centre back. David Torres looks strong going forward. So yeah, it's been a games of ups and downs.
I suppose the opposite could be said for a lot of Shells performances today as well, Steve, which we know ourselves Damon Duff won't be too happy with, but they've gotten their way back into it. It's 3-3 now. It's teed up nicely for the last few minutes. It's into Farrell now. Good idea, but just the execution wasn't quite it.
Yeah, it's the time of the year now where obviously the transfer window's open, so you'd wonder for a couple of these players it may have been not a last chance, but you know, Duff might have been putting them out there saying, right, come on, let's show us what you have, because if not, you know, we might be able to go and get players for your position.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things as well, isn't it? When it does open, there does be players surplus to requirements. You're saying with the, I suppose, European Cup score for Pats last season, Serge Ataki, he's with Warford now, so like a lot of transfers will happen. There will be comes and goes, naturally enough. It's interesting from a Shelbourne point of view, as I suppose just as much as who comes in as who goes.
Yeah, look, there's been good quality players on the bench for Shells kind of all season, struggling for game time. Wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of them out the door maybe just wanting to go and play, and you can't blame them for that either. But feels like a big transfer window for both of these clubs really in the position they're in. They're kind of teetering there in that mid-table area.
Good play by Mark Coyle now. He's in a good position. Mark Coyle takes a shot on. Better option might have been Shane Farrell. Janadu now. Into Peter Grogan, who hasn't seen a lot of the ball since coming on, but McGrath back to Kane Bourne, who looks for the switch. Luke Brown now does really well here into Caffrey, who looks to to get it out to Conor Kane, and Gray does really well again to cut it out, but it falls to Jadakiki now for Shelbourne. Hakiki, good play by McManus, but Hakiki wins it back again. Kane looks for the run of Hakiki, but Gray again does really well to cut it out.
Both teams now looking tired, lads. They're both kind of making silly mistakes. Energy levels maybe not what they were. It's starting to show in the quality now.
Coyle now. Ball his feet into David Toure on this right side. Toure looks for the run of Robinson up against Gray. Falls to Jadakiki. That's where Bowes found joy in the first half, wasn't it? In that kind of area just in front of the goal. And McManus was well there to get in front of Hakiki on your right, Steve. It's becoming very scrappy out there. Farrell slow to it. McGrath now. It's a nice ball in as well, but it's good tackle by Evan Caffrey. There's awake to it. Mooney. Luke Bourne clears. Chance is on here, and it's in! And it's Peter Grogan with the goal for Bohemians to make it 4-3. Bohemians lead here. We did say it's had just as much chance to nick it. Bowes did, as Shell said, excuse me. And they find themselves in front here with not long left.
Yeah, you can't switch off. That's just what it is.
Robinson's going to get us back on the way here. Not long left in Tolka. And Bowes fully deserving of it, to be fair. Well taken by Grogan as well. Hadn't got a lot in the game up until then. He was the one awake to it.
Grogan had been living off scraps. He wasn't really involved in the games. Couldn't get involved. Shells had been way on top, but he came alive when he needed to. And again, it's another decent finish.
Shell's defence be disappointed with that one, Steve.
Yeah, he's got a couple of chances to clear it, just clear lines and reset and get ready to go again. But it's been the team of the night, really, hasn't it?
Caffrey over it again. Thinks it in. It's good ball in. And had it cleared by Bowes again. Caffrey with another opportunity. Get the ball in here for Shells to get a late equaliser. Evan Caffrey with it. It's good ball in. Kiki got the header. Ledwidge wins it. Caffrey with it in again. Bowes have an opportunity to break here. Kane into Hakiki on the left hand side. Latefa's there for company. It's good play by Latefa. Bowes fans have found their voice. Brown with the crossfield ball to Kane. Good take by Conor Kane into Shane Farrell now. He's going to drive at the Bowes defence. Gray's there with him. It's a good play by Shane Farrell. Hakiki! And still in there.
Fantastic save from Joe Collins.
And what a save that is.
A fantastic save.
What a save that was from the Bohemians goalkeeper.
Could be a game-winning save for Joe Collins.
Just 16 years of age as well. Wonderful play by Shane Farrell there though. Gets into the box. Sets it up for a Kiki.
He gets into a stride like that as he's hard to stop. Just feel there's something else going to happen. You just feel there's going to be some kind of late drama at some stage here.
It's going to be 5 minutes of additional time for Shelbourne to try and salvage an equaliser. Exactly what Bowes will want now is to be running the clock down and stopping Shelbourne getting in some kind of flow. It's going to be James McManus to come off state for Bowes.
Had a really good game.
Ian Bourne on for him. You do just feel though there could be something special left in this game for either side. Danny McGrath now. Robinson's gone down now as well.
Yeah, I think he's caught on his head.
Got me another Shelbourne substitution by looks for here, Steve. Could be the end of Robinson's game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Cian Doyle to come in.
There's Kyle Robinson going off. Indeed. 2 goals from today. Is Cian Doyle coming on, Steve, alright. McGrath now. Looking to get the territory for Bowes. Farrell now into Torrey and into Brown. Ledwidge looks for Kane. And Kiki now. Ledwidge out to Conor Kane again. Coyle now. Into Brown. Brown into Cian Doyle. Doyle to Caffrey. Not enough on it. And Ian Bourne has stayed down.
Oh, nonsense, really.
Caffrey's going to get a booking for it. Indeed, he is.
No, it's a frustrated tackle from Evan Caffrey, but just plays in the ball's hands, just killing the game off more.
Collins is going to go long here. Cian Bourne with another header there for Bowes. He's been immense tonight for them. The kicking out to Shane Farrell. Adewale with a cracking challenge again. It's been some game from him.
Again, it's just decisions. Shane just has a chance to roll it ahead of him.
Chance now for Shells to maybe get into the box. Free kick. Plays it short. Foul into Ledwidge. Ledwidge out to Luke Brown. There's not long left here. Luke Brown chips it into David Torre. It's a nice idea as well. David Torre is in a good position here. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Got it onto his left foot. And Collins into his loving hands. He'd be happy with that.
Yeah, did everything right, David Torre, just until the finish. Just on his wrong side as well. One of the easier saves Joe Collins has made tonight.
Potential case for Joe Collins tonight as well, by the way. James Talbot hasn't necessarily had the best season for Bows, so be interesting to see if he can possibly break into the team.
Yeah, I think
step too far maybe.
Yeah, for most of the Bows stuff I've seen online, I think if their sub-keeper had been fit, I think he probably would have got a run out by now. James Talbot hasn't been at his best, but
Connor Kane with the ball in. It's a foul. Kicks it into the Alfie Bourne Road. And Mooney's down here as well. Joe Collins to take what could be the last kick of the game. And referee Alan Pacho blows up, and a historic night for Bows in a way. A very, very young side. Joe Collins the hero in the end. Peter Grogan got the goal to make it 4-3 to Bows, but I think it was Collins' save to prevent it going to 4-all, which was the big one, Steve. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's a lot of complaining that can be done from a Shelbourne point of view.
No, definitely not. I think you're bang on there, nail on the head. Joe Collins' save when he makes it was probably a game winner for them in the end. See Paul Skinner's making his way over there to congratulate the young lad. Look, it's one of those games, isn't it? It's not going to define your season. But having said that, worrying signs from a Shelbourne perspective. Couple of encouraging performances, but Ball's obviously much happier to move into the final to face Usher Celtic, but bigger fish to fry, I think, would be the main take from the day.
Yeah, and we do thank you for joining us tonight on YouTube. Myself and Steve Duty, we did really appreciate you joining us on. Yeah, Ball's win 4-3 in the end, a well-deserved win for them. Shelbourne move on to UCD away the weekend. And a big, big night for the Bohemians, essentially the under-19s. We'll leave it there, so